Be yourself. Honestly, just be yourself. I think it's very important to be yourself. And I always say this too, like your outfit is great, right? But your confidence comes from yourself. So it's like the outfit just adds a little bit of value to you, but who you are, how you talk, how you present yourself, how you make people feel is the most important. So I think that, be yourself, wear the hoops, wear your lips however you want. They're going to just say, oh, there goes Yvonne in her pink pants, so as long as you do the work. So I have this quote where it's like, your confidence is your best outfit.
Hey, money movers. Welcome to another episode of Her Money Moves. And today I am thrilled to have our featured guest, Yvonne Guidry from the Spoiled Latina. As you can see from my sweatshirt here. Oh my God. I love it too. Like literally, what a conversation starter. I was rocking this in the airport and at the store, and people are just stopping me like, oh, that's cute. Oh, I love your shirt. And actually, Sophia, she has the Jefita Bonito one that you're wearing, and she just wears it proudly.
She's so cute. No, she is a young Jefita Bonita.
She really is.
She really is. She's being groomed by one. Hello. Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you.
No, I appreciate it.
You have built a dominating, very successful brand. And so that's why I'm so excited for our listeners and our audience to hear from you and, just learn about your journey and provide some insights on, how you have built this.
Yeah. Well, my journey first, thank you and congratulations on Her Money Moves. I think it's going to be a great learning platform for women or even men, right? So that way they can know how we think also, and they can get some game on us.
Very true.
Because they need it. Just kidding.
No, they do.
I started the Spoiled Latina brand in 2008. It was just out of my love for fashion, beauty, and entertainment. I created a blog. It was in the early stages of like Google. Obviously, we had MySpace and all of that back then, but I started on there, created my own page, fought for my domain, and eventually got the .com. And it's been just kind of growing ever since. I don't even know when it took off. I think maybe 2013 when I got hired by a global brand to represent them. And during those stages or during that time, I learned from the inside, like from the brand perspective. But then I was also a blogger, an influencer, the early stages of influencing, I guess. So I was learning how to build my name, and working for a global brand, it kind of helped. So it was always like, oh, here comes Yvonne, Spoiled Latina. She's with so-and-so. Let her in. Or, it was like one of those things. So yeah, I think it's been a journey because I started off as a blogger, but now I do a lot of events. Like I love doing live events and connecting the community with different brands or with each other. And but now it's also evolving to like an agency side because I've done this for so long that people are asking me like, how do you do it? Like, I want to do that too. I want to do events. So I kind of consult on the side and do different things like that to everybody. I understand everybody has their own community. So if anything that I can do to empower their community, because I want everybody to be a Spoiled Latina, obviously, but I totally don't mind if they're money movers, right? We're all like, at the end of the day, everybody we're going to align somehow. So, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Well, that's a brilliant strategy.
Thanks.
You have many years of experience. Yeah. And so to be able to, turn around and now share, but also make it profitable and align your passion with your purpose is incredible.
Yeah. So I also just recently started a foundation, a community foundation, a 501c3, because I just was doing a lot of community work outside, with my brand. And I just feel like it's a way to capitalize on that, my network, and then also help the community, which I love to serve, which is, the Latina, the multicultural woman, the daring little boss, that's why it's called Jefita Atrevida. My dad used to always tell me that las que se atreven are the ones who see the fruits of their labor. You kind of have to dare yourself and throw yourself out there to see what happens. So
Yeah, you have to dream big.
you have to dream big. Yeah. I grew up where that wasn't really like the thing, there was the word mentorship wasn't around. So I kind of want to do that for them, for others. Yeah. I started in 2015. The city recognized me and gave me my own day here in the city of Houston.
Ah,
And so as I was traveling, learning to be a blogger, I noticed that there was no like brands coming to Houston or reaching out to the Latina consumer.
yes, we are
And
often overlooked in
we're so
Houston.
overlooked. Houston is overlooked, and so are Latinas. And
Oh, yeah.
so I found that, okay, let me just try to do something. So I created my own event. And it was also from my love of like connecting. I love being around people. Um, and I want other people to kind of meet each other. And so that they can make money on their own, like one might do print business cards and one might need business cards, so there's just it's all about networking for me. And there's been so many great stories that have come out of like the events of so much positive impact, people meeting each other and working with each other, getting jobs. We had a market that Chase sponsored recently for the summit. Also, we had over 40 Latina vendors.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we gave them the opportunity to sell, to sell their
Mhm.
goods. And the comments that I get back from them are like, we sold out, or we made more money than we have ever all year, or, just different things like that. So I love hearing those stories. And I
Mhm.
think that's what inspires me to like go bigger and, you know, um, harder for myself and for the brand. Yeah.
So, can you help, share with our audience like how you were able to build such a strong brand prowess? Maybe some tips and strategies for those who maybe are, starting a business and, want to be able to secure some sponsorship and partner with some brands. Like, what are some tips and strategies you can share?
I think for me, networking was a big deal. So you can network online now, just send a DM or just send a message. But before it was face to face, you got to meet somebody. There's always opportunities if you just kind of put yourself out there. Don't overly do it, but meet somebody, tell them what you do and see how you can connect and build those relationships that if it doesn't happen at that moment, you never know. It could happen in a month, 3 years, whatever, but keep that relationship just because you never know. So I'm really good about building bridges and, um, yeah, and just kind of just building that relationship. I love cultivating that. So that's one, that's important. Two, maybe be unapologetically, for me, being myself, I think kind of worked. Um, it's I'm not a cookie cutter. I have different ideas. I don't, if I partner with a brand, it has to align with what I want,
Hmm.
what my girls, what I feel like my community would like. Um, so I partner with brands that are true to me, but then I also partner with brands who want to touch my consumer, like who want to be around my community and who know that they're worth it. So it's hard to find that because people, obviously the word spoiled Latina was, people think of it as like, oh, she's spoiled, or they think of it in the wrong way. But honestly, it's about self-care, taking care of yourself, taking care of others around you, learning. But also it doesn't happen overnight. I've been working my butt off to get these brands to notice me. So I figured, that's how I get even some of the speakers who come to come to my events, like celebrities that I have as keynote speakers. They wouldn't have came if I didn't build it.
And who
Like,
are some of those?
like Suzette Quintanilla, which is Selena's sister. I've had Becky
Oh,
G,
oh,
La
wow.
Becky G. I've also had Chiquis. Also I had Mac Daddy, Sarah Smith, is Speaker Box. Yeah, I've had a lot of people. But it's different because I bring them to speak, not to sing, and actually to learn about their mental health and, their self-care journey and how they maneuver their way into like a man's world. So yeah, it's different, but it's awesome.
So, when is the next Spoiled Latina event?
So the next Full Latina event, so things are changing for next year. We're taking the show on the road. So there's a lot of, I'm from the Valley, from South Texas. And that's where I really want to go. So I'm going to take Spoiled Latina pockets of Spoiled Latina, basically, to like McAllen. We're going to San Antonio, to Dallas, and then we're hopefully New York, Miami, Chicago, and LA. So there's a bunch of Spoiled Latinas all over. So we just got to
Yes.
hit those, connect with them, empower them, and hopefully like change some lives while we're doing that. As entrepreneurs, that's the goal, right? Is to dream big. So that's the only way that change is going to happen for you, for your family, for anybody around you, is you have to dream bigger. Like for me, my events, I started off with 75 people. Now there's more than 300 women that show up. Now I'm going to go on a little travel. I say little, but it's a traveling tour. Then I am not just an influencer. I'm actually helping other influencers make money by connecting them with brands that, they might come through me and say, hey, I need 10 influencers for a certain campaign. I'm able to do that. I've built those relationships. So I'm a mentor to some.
And speaking of investing in yourself, I mean, for me, because time is currency and we have to be so strategic with our time, especially as mothers and as entrepreneurs and as community leaders and business leaders and, you're a wife.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of one of the most things that we need to be strategic about. We just can't go to
everything.
Yes.
Yeah. No, you got to learn to say no to some things.
Yes.
I think for me, I've used to go to everything, and being also working for the brands, I used to have to be everywhere. There was times where I was out 5-6 times a week. And for me, I had a lot of help. My husband helps me a lot, so he's able to be there. Now my son is a little older. Now we can just set the alarm and go, but it's a lot of what's important, for me. Staying at the office late till midnight, if I setting up for an event, especially for the summit, because like I said, it's like a wedding every year. We're there for hours and hours. You know how it is when you're trying to strategize and make sure everything's right and get everything lined up. It's how do we balance everything? Where we're really smart in how we do it, I think. So just be strategic with your time. Say no to things if they're not going to add value. If you've already seen these same people last week, or, I love that you're investing in women also. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who need investors, so it's great to meet you.
To be
and
very intentional about it.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Yeah. And so exactly like with the brand partnerships, I want to be intentional about who I partner with, even like the media who we, connect with, other brands that we're working with, other people that I'm working with. Yeah, I just want to keep getting bigger and elevating the brand. And if that means traveling, that's what we're going to do, because the ask is there. They're like, come to New York, come to LA, come to San Fran. I'm like, I'm there. So we're going to make it happen. I'm excited.
For women who, okay, let's say they're not an entrepreneur with a product.
Yeah.
What are some tips for their professional development in their careers that you could, for their professional development and branding that you could share? Many of us, you think that you have to dress all in navy blue and black and gray and, wear that standard suit and, flat iron your hair and, think
I was like that
you're
too.
supposed to be in this certain box and mold. When you really want to wear that bold lipstick, I mean, like I do, wear those bold, bright colors that make you happy.
I did.
Yeah. So what are some tips that you can give? Because that's
just do it. Be yourself. Yeah. Honestly, just be yourself. I think it's very important to be yourself. I think people, and I always say this too, like your outfit is great, right? But your confidence comes from yourself. So it's like the outfit just adds a little bit of value to you, but who you are, how you talk, how you present yourself, how you make people feel is the most important, I think. Not really your outfit. So I have this quote where it's like, your confidence is your best outfit. Because it is. So I think that, be yourself, wear the hoops, color, wear your lips however you want. They're gonna just say, oh, there goes Yvonne in her pink pants, so as long as you do the work, honestly, you can. I love sneakers. I could do that, all things in sneakers. I feel like we work our best and our 100% more if we're comfortable.
Yes.
Yeah. And like what we feel, is what we like. So as long as you're performing, I don't think what you're wearing is a big deal. Yeah. So I think that's what I would tell them.
Yeah, I like that. So
yeah,
Always be confident.
Be
Believe in
confident.
yourself. And
And wear pink. It's okay to wear pink. Even men, y'all should wear it too. No, honestly, it brings out like the melanin, like the color in Latinos, you know, and in brown men. It's something about pink. So I just love it. And my hair's pink. Can you tell? It's the color of your branding.
yeah, it looks great.
I love it. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, well, and let's talk a little bit about how women were dominating the industry this year.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
in 2023, like this was the year of the woman.
Yeah,
and
que
it's
mujeres
in my
fracturan.
and it's in my trailer. You know, Taylor Swift, Beyonce,
Shakira, Karol G.
yes, Barbie.
Okay.
Okay, I mean they are killing. Their brands are killing it.
Barbie was there, but I feel like America Ferrera should have had so much more FaceTime, PR time. She was the Latina on there.
Mhm.
And they say, from what I heard, she was underpaid. Not underpaid, she got a lot of money. But she was one of the actresses who had the highest impact in the movie.
Oh yeah, her quote.
Yes. I think that's something that we should be talking about also. How we deserve to get paid equally, you know, because we can perform just as well, if not better, than some. So yeah, pay us what we're worth.
Yeah. And unfortunately, that is a huge issue and
Across the board.
across the board
Yeah.
in all industries,
Yeah.
on boards, that we're not represented and paid the way that we should be.
Yeah. But this is why we have this kind of podcast, so we can talk about it.
That's right.
So pay us.
And don't be afraid to ask for what you're worth.
I mean, if you don't ask, you'll never know.
Yeah, well, you won't get it if you don't ask for it. And
Yeah.
also if you don't find out and do your research to know what is my male counterpart making or what is my, you know, like you need to know your numbers.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Don't go for something if they're not going to pay you. And if they're not paying, because oftentimes they also want to give you a promotion, but they don't give you the salary increase.
Oh,
they just might change your
tasks.
Yeah, they just give you a bigger title, give you more responsibility, more work to do. Maybe, you know, take
That's
on
why
a second role, and yet you're not getting compensated the way that you should be.
And I think a lot of women feel like that right now. They feel undervalued at their job. They're not getting paid what they're worth. They're putting in all this time. Plus, we have to buy wardrobe, makeup, do all, you know, with your little salary.
Get childcare.
Get childcare.
Yes.
I mean, life is so expensive these days. So I feel like people should be paying a little bit more.
I mean, and we talk about money,
for
okay,
their
right? We want to make
soldiers.
investments. We want to, like, you know, finally change this gap in the generational wealth.
For sure.
But the way to do it is, okay, you got to make some more money too. Go for those positions. Don't be afraid. You got to dream big and go after it, because it's not going to just fall in your plate and just happen.
Yeah. And one thing also about like asking for money is there's free money. There's a lot of free money. A lot of people don't put in the work to apply for that free money. The other day I was talking to a friend of mine, and they had a pitch competition, and only like 4 people applied. And it was like money that people are asking, oh, I wish I had money for this. I wish I had money for that. But then they don't apply. So it's like, stop making excuses, or stop making it seem like somebody's not helping you when there's so many opportunities for you to go and get it.
Right.
You know, so.
And again, that's why it's so important to be disciplined about and strategic with your time.
Yeah.
You know, instead of spending it doing whatever you're doing, I mean, dedicate that time to applying for some free money.
Yeah. And dedicate time to like making your media kit, your resume, your reel,
your bio,
whatever it is.
Your business plan, your pitch deck.
Yeah, all of that is important. So invest in yourself.
Yep, invest in yourself. Invest in that coach. Invest in that conference and that summit that's going to help, you know, give you all of this information.
You only get what you put out into this world. So give it 100% and you'll get 100% back. Yeah. I think so. So I'm going to go give my 100% today and hope that God gives it back. He better.
I know,
He
right?
will.
I forgot.
Even
what
if
her
it's
name
not
is.
like a prayer that is answered, it's still, God given. What does he say? George Strait. He said, even God's greatest gifts, or no, is it George Strait or one of them country folks? It's like one of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. So
Garth
even if you're
Brooks or-
Garth, right? It's
I
Garth.
have no idea. I don't listen to country music.
But you knew it. I think
Sorry.
you hit the head on the nail right there. Yeah, I think it was Garth. He said one of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. So even if you're praying for it, like it's not your plan.
Yvonne,
Yes.
I'm so excited for the future. We're going to do some really big things together.
Yes, we
with
are.
Spoiled Latina and dream big ventures and her money
Mhm.
moves. I mean, I can already,
Yes.
2024 is going to be like unbelievable.
Wait till 2025 because 2025 I'm planning something huge
Okay.
too.
So you hear that? You have to always think ahead,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Think ahead, think bigger. So many people just think for right now,
Yeah.
and tomorrow or next month.
Oh, no, I'm excited about
it's like-
2025.
Love it.
Yeah.
This has been a blast. I mean, we've laughed, we've shared so many gems.
Yeah, we have.
So, good luck with everything,
Thank
and look
you.
forward to collaborating soon.
Yeah. Y'all heard that? Thank you.
Thank
See y'all soon, Money
you.
Movers.